Something that I think is incredibly cool that most people haven't heard yet is that AI has recently made it possible to split a song into its parts. So you can split a song, any song, into its drum part, its piano part, its vocal part, all isolated. Now, the signal processing community has been working on this problem. It's called audio source separation for decades. But in the last few years, AI has just totally blown all of their very sophisticated, impressive algorithms out of the water, which I'm sure must be very frustrating. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to show a few videos. This is Bohemian Rhapsody, one of the best songs ever recorded. And here's the same song without the drum track. Now I heard a tiny amount of cymbal in the beginning, but otherwise this is nearly perfect. And without the vocals. I mean, to my ear, this is perfect. I don't hear any trace of vocals, and that's just amazing. Myself, Bryden Fogelman, Josh Albrecht, and Hristijan Bogoevski, this weekend at a hackathon called the DeveloperWeek Hackathon, built this technology into an app called Audia. So Audia is basically AI-powered multiplayer rock band. Rock band like the video game that you can play on plastic instruments with all your friends. Now, Rock Band, I think that sold 13 million units and made over $1 billion in sales. Is one obvious application of this technology. Karaoke bars also, I think their gross revenues are $600 or $700 million a year. That's another obvious target market. So both of those products have very limited catalogs of songs. So the prospect of being able to separate any song is kind of a big deal. So here's Audia. You plug in a YouTube URL. We use videos. Any URL works. You click rock on. It'll take a minute or two, and then you'll arrive at this screen. This is the lobby. You take the URL of the lobby and you send it to your friends. So here I've got another tab open, so you can see my face twice, 3 times actually. It's a little narcissistic of me. So I'm just going to close this one because it's going to make things confusing later. Each player in the lobby chooses the instrument they'd like to play. The automatically transcribed notes from that isolated part show up in the bottom right. When we push start later, those will scroll across the screen to help you play them, just like in Rock Band. Now the vocal and bass transcriptions, guitars not supported by the source separation technology we used, unfortunately. The vocals and bass use a monophonic pitch detection library called Crepe, released in 2017 by Google Brain. The piano is transcribing chords, which is also amazing, only made possible in the last year and a half. And the drum transcription is based on a pre-trained neural net we found from 2017. Now the transcriptions aren't perfect, but they're pretty good in my opinion. And in the top right, we're showing the music video minus the drum track and the audio. Now these 2 panes over here on the right, this is already kind of a best in practice best in show music practicing setup, in my opinion. If you're trying to learn a song for drums, for example, and you have the chart underneath and the original song minus the drum track so that you don't get confused or that you don't mistake how good you are at drums because you're actually listening to the real original drummers playing instead of your playing, which as an intermediate drummer has happened to me more times than I care to admit. And so I think this by itself could be spun out into a product and made into something really cool. So when everyone in the band is ready, you push start, and then you play along. Oh shoot, let me turn off the mic here. I play along. And then after you're done, the app will, play a video. If your internet is fast, that will ideally be on time. But given that my internet is not fast, that's just a little too much to hope for. That's going to mess up the video, but I can show you a different one that I made with Bryden last night. we made it at 4 in the morning because for hackathons you stay up all night. It's part of the fun. So don't judge us too hard on our performances. But anyway, just for fun, we put a music video together of you and all your friends, and let you download that. So I'll show you the one that Bryden and I put together. Now the music video is made up of a few video parts and a few audio parts. The audio parts are the audio recorded from you performing your part. So in my case, me playing the drums, plus the audio parts from anyone else playing their instruments. And then for any parts that weren't picked out, we use the original audio from the original song. Now the video parts, we use the original music video, and then we take everyone's webcam feeds and we use video segmentation to split the foreground from the background, and then we superimpose the cut-out foregrounds on top of the music video, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style, if you've ever seen that. And what you get is something like this. So this is me playing the drums and Bryden playing the piano. I think he did a beautiful job. And these videos are just hilarious and so fun to make. So that is Audia. Thank you for watching. Oh, and this app won first and second place at DeveloperWeek, albeit in 2 separate sub-competitions. Thanks.